When fate brings two people together in holy matrimony, an angel gets his wings. It's been this way for centuries, and they're not thinking of changing it anytime soon. In this modern world, it's good to know that miracles like this still occur. Take Ty and Alex, for example. Here you have a woman who honestly believes that she's a superhero, and a man who can't hold a thought for longer than 4 seconds. But what is it in nature that causes these bizarre pairings? What strange destiny conspired to weave Ty's lifeline with Alex's? To find this out, we went to Ty's family.
My brother's a pharaoh.
This is the story of a man who dwelt in the ancient land of the Nile 33 centuries ago.
From what we gather, Ty's story began in ancient Egypt, where he was once a mighty pharaoh. He had many temples and many harems of many wives. If this weren't true, we wouldn't have this photograph. And how do you explain this interview?
What's your story? Cleopatra versus a mummy. That was a good one. Interesting. The mummy, to spite her, beat her for like 2.5 days at the, expensive food and drinking. And Egypt is good. The forces of pyramids.
He was well known as a seducer of women and a cruel tyrant.
It feels like just yesterday that Ty was unleashing plagues on his slaves, and they just grow up so quickly.
Experts say Ty was a harsh baby-killing dictator by day and a straight-up player by night. Egyptologist Kevin Strathbeck explains.
Ty was a harsh, baby-killing dictator by day and a straight-up player by night.
But then came the day that Ty's destiny would change forever.
You can see the object blazing across the Texas sky. The fireball, a strange sight, and a loud one too, creating sonic booms as it broke the sound barrier.
Ty's womanizing days were up. He had met his match, a sexy and futuristic alien cyborg designated Alex.
So tell me, how did you and Ty meet?
I want to have your children.
Interesting.
I will eat them.
So you're saying that you traveled here through time?
Time travel? No such thing. Never possible.
Is this some kind of a charade?
Just don't dwell on the thought of time travel.
Unable to get a straight answer out of the Borg, we went to her parents.
Yes, my daughter Alejandra is a cyborg. She likes to take over planets. I always say, why you take over so many planets?
I conceived Alex in the future, but I had to go back to the past in order to get the job.
Yes, we came back into the past, and it was hard at first, but eventually I met
She's
other
a cyborg.
people. Yeah,
She's a cyborg.
She adapts very well, very well.
Definitely a cyborg, no doubt about it. Definitely a cyborg.
Wow, what a movie,
But how did Ty get to the year 2009, in which he met and later married Alex?
Very well.
How about this explanation?
My 28th book on Egypt, which was more of a novella actually, I gave an example of how mummification could have been a way of cryogenically freezing the pharaohs to be thawed out in the future.
The past. The future. The present. Call it unlikely, but it sounds like a pretty good story to me.
It's amazing that, how Ty and Alex met was scientifically impossible. Their love somehow defied reality in a way that made no sense at all.
To this day, the tale of Ty and Alex is a subject of great debate and speculation, as physicists continue to hammer out the scientific rationale behind their love story.
I mean, my best hypothesis is simply explained through explanations which are scientific.
As incredible as their story may seem, it's easier not to question it, but to simply accept it for what it is. The beginning of an even more incredible journey that will last the rest of their lives.
You gotta figure out how to be a couple on your own.
Yeah.
Like, not to take anybody else's
Good point.
advice or anything. Just like figure out who you are as a couple on your own.
The advice I would give Tyler is treat your wife like a queen.
I watch them, you know, doing things together and stuff, and they're a team, you know.
They're very much alike.
Yeah, they think alike.
Yeah.
They're already united
Yeah.
in their thoughts, and that really makes a difference.
And we see that, you know, like we see that happening, and it's like, gee, we don't have to do anything, you know.
I think they're a perfect match, just like my wife and I.
For now, the world is safe, but to whatever planet or country Ty and Alex go next, make it easy on yourself and surrender to their awesome power.